Hope you're ready. Comments are disabled for this video.
These don't have a pack crinkling sound, by the way, Japanese.
Japanese pack crinkling sound?
Yeah, they open weird.
This is episode 15 for June 12th, 2014. Let's chat. Welcome to Magic Chat with Dan and Mike. I'm your host, Dan Levant. Joining me, as always, is the lovely and the talented Michael McKenna.
I have a summer cold.
Summer colds are terrible.
They're horrible.
Because you're like hot and sweaty.
I feel terrible.
And you're all stuffed up. It's bad enough in the wintertime, but at least you got the cool to kind of give you a little reprieve. You know, I thought of something interesting today, actually. I was listening to some other crappy Magic podcasts, because what Magic podcast isn't crappy compared to ours.
That's true.
And there's a bunch of the guys that are like using like these names, like stage names or funky names instead of like their own name. But I'm thinking maybe we should come up with names, and maybe we should use Magic card names for our stuff.
Can I be the Tarmillionaire?
So, you'd be the Tarmillionaire? I'm thinking I have to be Sex Monkeys.
There you go.
I mean, how can you not? So that would be, welcome to Magic Chat with Dan and Mike. I'm your host, Dan Sex Monkeys Levant, and joining me as always is the lovely and talented Michael Tarmillionaire McKenna. I like it.
Can I be the Helen Hunt Master of the Fells?
The Helen Hunt Master of the Fells. I liked Helen Hunt. She was a great actress.
She was in a movie.
She was in a couple movies and
a
really good TV show.
I don't know the TV show.
With Paul Reiser. And like one of the best episodes I ever watched was
What show is it?
I don't remember. They were like a married couple. And the episode I watched was after they had a kid. And basically they spent the whole episode outside the kid's bedroom trying to hope he'd go to sleep. They had a little baby. But the whole episode was filmed in one take with them just kind of talking like outside this bedroom door. And it was like really
it felt
good.
Real. That type of thing, yeah.
I love shows and movies like that have like that. It's just kind of a deep personality study. It was interesting. And I'm sure you know what? I'm going to look it up. You know what? Let me look it up right now. So we know. Helen Hunt. This is where you tell me you're supposed to tell me to play the... Paul Reiser.
I don't know who Paul Reiser is. Like, if I saw him, I'd know who he
is. You would totally know who he is. Mad About You was the name of the show.
Let's see a picture of old Paul.
And he was the guy, he was the douchebag from Aliens. Oh my god, that's a terrible picture of him. That doesn't look anything like him.
Wait, the guy from Law and Order?
No.
Sugarwater, that guy?
No.
No. You said
from Aliens, the movie Aliens?
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking that.
That's the Paul Reiser I would recognize.
Oh!
Yeah.
He looks like a bloated toad in the other picture.
Yeah, boy, he's gotten old. My god, has he gotten old. Doesn't
he
even look like the same guy,
Yeah.
So
he
sad.
aged strangely.
Before we get to our Pack One Pick One, we need a sponsor this week.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, our sponsor this week is the term Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
And
what is Zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist is the spirit of the times.
I like it. It's very poetic.
Even though I already knew what it meant, I learned what it was again today.
And how did you learn that? Because we learned something here.
I ran into someone from my past, and their boyfriend explained to me what Zeitgeist meant.
Her boyfriend or his boyfriend?
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Yes.
Because you said their boyfriend. That was a little confusing for a moment.
Either way, a boyfriend of someone explained it. 3 minutes after meeting this person, it was like, "Hi, nice to meet you, handshake, Zeitgeist."
Wow.
That is how the conversation progressed.
It's quickly to the Zeitgeist.
And he could not actually explain what it meant. Like, I could tell he knew what it meant.
But couldn't put it into words.
He kept saying the feel. You know, the feel.
The spirit of the times.
That's what he meant to find. But, you know, you get that feel.
The Zeitgeist.
Like a bad touch at the gym.
You know when there was an awesome Zeitgeist? The 80s had an awesome Zeitgeist.
Cocaine, stupid-looking pants.
Big pants, dancey music.
Big hair.
Big hair.
Just big.
Oh my god, big hair. Everything was big. Big country, big hair, big money.
Yep.
Big egos. Alright, Pack One Pick One time. And I'm challenging us. We have a Japanese Theros pack here. So, this is the Japanese pack opening sound. And it's a little confusing because the cards are backwards. I'm looking at the back of a Magic card right now.
Yep.
I don't know what to do. My brain is
flip it over.
We have a token.
I think the rare's in the front of these packs,
soldier
right?
token?
Or am
I think they are,
crazy?
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's the rare. And it's not exciting. So, land, swamp. We like swamp.
10 for 10 on swamps.
Yeah. Hopefully someone will, like, tweet us so we can sign it for them.
Just keep sending them to Lucas.
Ooh, I know this card. This is, I can't remember the name of it, though, but I know the
Oh,
card.
I know this card. It's, I have no idea what this card is. Returned
Phalanx, thank you. 1 and a black for a 3/3 defender, and for 1 and a blue, it can attack as though it didn't have defender. I love this card in limited.
Yeah, it's not as great as it was in Triple
Theros.
Theros or Theros Born, but it's still fine.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Solid player. Absolutely. Yeah. Stessian Hero?
Citizen Battle Priest.
Citizen Battle Priest.
You're not doing your job.
1 and a white with heroic, and you gain life, right?
2 life.
You gain 2 life when he's targeted. Oh yeah, it's got a 1 and a 2 on there, and he's a 1/3.
Yep.
I don't like this guy.
No, he's pretty bad. He is filler at best.
At best. He was the worst of the heroic guys.
Yeah.
Satyr Hedonist. 1 and a green for a red, and sacrifice him. You add triple red to your mana pool, and he's a 2/1. Playable.
He's at worst a Bronze Sable that's harder to cast and doesn't block fear creatures.
Not unplayable.
I'd rather play Bronze Sable, is what I'm
Not
trying to say.
exciting. Yeah. But, I mean, he makes the 23rd or 22nd spot.
Yeah, it's not
And
the
I
worst.
actually have seen his ability be relevant. I have seen people ramp out some big creatures with him.
The 6 mana 5/5 that gets cheaper.
Yeah.
Ergotron.
Coastline Chimera. 3 and blue for a 1/5 flyer. And for 1 and a white, he prevents the next 1 damage dealt to target creature or player. Do I got that right?
Nope. You should not have picked
Oh.
Japanese. I could tell you what all these cards do.
He can block an additional creature for 1 and a white. That's what
There
it is.
you go. You
There
got
it is.
there.
I got it.
He is
I'm not doing
fine.
too
He
bad.
is not that great of a card. You will play him.
Boon of Erebos, 1 and a
Nope.
white. That's it. Heliod's.
You are on drugs. Chosen by Heliod.
Chosen by Heliod. Oh, it would be Helios. Why did I say Erebos?
Because you're on drugs.
Clearly that's Heliod. 1 and a white for an aura enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2, and you draw a card. This is part of the draw
There we go.
cycle.
We're back
Yep.
on track. It is fine. Heroic is a lot less relevant, but it's still good.
March of the Returned?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 and a black. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand.
I believe
Sorcery?
it says up to. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it's 2. There's 2 creatures in the picture, so I'm going with up to 2 on this one.
I think this card's worse than the font.
Yes.
The
I
font
actually
isn't even
like
great.
the font.
It's not great, but yeah. This card's bleh.
If nothing else, the font triggers Constellation,
That is true.
so that's relevant, actually.
And 3 is better than 2.
Yeah. That's a hero of some kind.
He has heart.
He has heart.
A staunch heart.
Staunch-hearted warrior. 3 and a green
Perfect
for a
segue.
2/2 with heroic, and he gets +1/+1 off his heroic triggers.
No, he does not.
I see +1/+1 there.
2 +1/+1 counters.
Oh, I don't see the 2. Oh, there's the 2. +1/+1 ... 2.
Yep.
2 +1/+1 counters. The green heroic guys, as a rule, were not exciting because a 2/2 for 4 is not exciting.
It's also a lot harder to trigger him without the common bestow creatures in the third pack.
Yeah, I
But
feel like
He's still okay.
I feel like heroic definitely slipped with Journey into Nyx.
It's a lot fairer.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Dragon Mantle. This would be an aura for a single red. Gives your creature fire breathing, and
Yep.
you draw a card, right? It's part
Yes.
of the draw card cycle. Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take it highly. It was really good in Triple Theros.
Loved it in Triple Theros, the like red white
I think it
hyper aggressive deck.
definitely is not that much of a thing anymore.
It's fine.
Return Centaur.
Yo, this pack sucks.
3 and a black for a 2/4, and when he enters the battlefield, target player mills 4 cards, right? I believe that's his deal, right?
Yeah.
Each
When
of
he
you
enters,
mills
he
4.
mills 4. The other
Yeah.
one, when it dies, it mills 4.
Yeah. The centaur with a little mask on. Oh, loathsome Catablee Pass.
Every
I
card
know
is
you
worse
so
than
well.
the last.
5 and a black for a 3/3, 2 and a green. Target creature blocks him with Able, and when he dies, he either gives a creature -3/-3. I hated this card.
This card sucks.
Oh, it's so terrible. What do we have? Return Phalanx is a playable.
Yeah.
Heliod's thing is a playable.
Yes. Dragon Mantle is playable. Coastline Chimera is playable. Stone Charter Warrior is playable.
Yeah.
And that's everything else is either filler or 23rd.
And of these 4 so far,
I'm still on Phalanx.
I'm on Phalanx, yeah. Ooh.
We get a real card.
We got a real card. Farika's Mender.
That is a good card.
3 black green for a 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, you can return a creature or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand.
It's pretty sweet because we have Nyx Weaver in pack 1.
Yeah.
I actually like the black green dredge deck. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
High power level card.
Next card. I'm not sure it's a real card, but I like it.
All right.
Return from the Underworld.
All right, is not a real card, and you do like it.
I do like it. 4 and a black for an instant. Sacrifice a creature, and then return that creature and a target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Would you like me to tell the story about when you beat me with this card?
Yes. Go for it.
Well, I'll leave it to you. It was a good story. The Colossus of Acreos story.
The Colossus of Acreos story?
Yeah, you had the Erebos' Emissary.
Yep.
Gary Merchant in play.
Yep.
Bunch of lands, one of them being a Nykthos because you were playing mono black somehow in your draft deck. And your play for the turn was attack with the Erebos and the Gary Merchant. Mid-combat, because I double blocked to kill Gary, you discarded Colossus, and then Return of the Underworld, Gary, and the Colossus, and then next turn
and then I had a Colossus in play
with Nykthos to act Monsters and kill me.
Oh. Boy, I bet that felt good.
It felt really good.
That's awesome.
Yep. You're never allowed to complain about me beating you ever again in any way.
This is probably the best top-down design card I think they did in this set. One of them. I just love it.
Reminds me of that Rescue from the Underworld. Sorry if I said
Rescue. Yeah, Rescue from the Underworld.
That movie, What Dreams May Come. If you've ever seen it.
I love that
Rob
movie.
Williams.
Oh,
That's the way I feel about this card. That's what I see every time when I look at it.
Good comparison. I like
Cuba
it.
Gooding Jr.
Really good movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
I liked it.
Spellheart Chimera?
Yo, this card sucks.
1 blue-red for a star 3, where star is the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard.
So it's
and
a 3 mana for a 0 to 1/3 flyer.
God, this card was terrible and limited, and it's not even seen constructed play.
Nope, it's bad. And it looks stupid.
It does look stupid. Oh, actually, I don't think I'm necessarily drafting this card.
Okay,
but it's a good card. I'm happy to have one in Japanese. Anger of the Gods.
Hey, there you go.
1 red for a sorcery, and it deals 3 damage to each creature.
And exile them if they would be put into the graveyard.
Exile them if they would be put in the graveyard. Do you take this in a draft?
My stance on sweepers are never as good as you want them to be. So no.
That's kind of my feeling. And I know this wasn't that great in Triple Theros, because by the time you were casting it, things were too big to die to it.
Also, the problem was that every good red card was aggressive.
Yeah,
and
this
this
is
card
defensive.
was like yeah.
Yeah, it's very defensive. So I'm happy to have that for my collection. I'm on Farika's Mender here.
I'm on Farika's Mender too.
Yeah.
I think the card's sweet. The format is much slower now. Like, obviously you're not opening Theros first, but
right.
The format is slower. It's not as much heroic, you're dead type things. So you have time to build up your graveyard and get value.
If we were Triple Theros, I think it's between the Mender, the Returned Phalanx, and the Boon of Heliod here. That's not Boon of Heliod.
Chosen by Heliod.
Chosen by Heliod. I don't know why I keep messing that name up. If this was Triple Theros, I think it's between those 3, and either one of them would be a justifiable first pick.
Greek god Tomasino is leaving us.
He does have Greek god hair.
You do. Look at that. Oh, lustrous.
Curls.
Beautiful.
Lovely, lovely locks. Japanese cards have a different sheen to them, too. They're more shiny.
I actually hate the way Japanese non-foils look.
Yeah.
I don't know. They look weird to me. But the foils are really cool.
Yeah. All right. Time to move on
Yu-Gi-Oh
Did not
cards
have
used to
any
have
more?
this shine.
Did they?
Yeah.
Maybe they were printed in
I only
Japan.
saw a few of them from like back in the day, but it
I've-
must be just Japanese printing.
I've seen mercifully few Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
You've seen the Frozen Fitzgerald.
I have seen the Frozen Fitzgerald, and we love that
That
card.
I got for Fitz and not Jim. Shots fired.
Okay, so hashtag shots fired. Alright, time to move on to Magic News. And first of all, we're going to do the tournament results really quick. I think it's kind of a quiet day for Magic News. We didn't have a GP, so we got the tournament results from Star City. First place was Mono Blue Devotion. This is the standard results. Second place was Ross Merriam. Second place was Mono Red Aggro. Third place was Blue White Control. Fourth place was Mono Black Aggro. Fifth place was Green Red Monsters.
Braden Putney.
Braden Poot, yep.
Local player.
A local
Plays at
player.
Temple
Plays at
games,
Temple
yeah.
sometimes. Nice kid, 16. Well-deserved win. He's a good player.
Played well. He beat some good people on the way there.
Yep. Including Chris Van Meter.
He was Ross's
CBM.
one boss in the Swiss too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gen Monsters was 6th place. 7th place was Jason Ellis. And 8th place was Green White Aggro.
I would like to quickly talk about Jim Davis's Blue White Control deck. Could you please
Sure.
click on it, please?
We're bringing it up right here.
And you may have noticed last week in the Cube episode where I said that everyone should cut detention spheres and just play Planar Cleansing.
Wait a minute. Let me take a look at his deck here. We've got an Aetherling. No big surprise. 2 Elspeths. A Jace.
2 Jace, which is weird to me, but maybe
2 Jace.
right.
2 Jace, 2 Elspeth. All the expected lands, the blue-white mana lands, and some Mutavaults. Under spells, he has Azorius Charm, Spora, which I thought those were in decline, but apparently they were good. Deicide, no big surprise. Dissolve, no big surprise. Last Breath. Sphinx's Revelation, no big surprise. Syncopate, Divination, Supreme Verdict, and wait a minute, what's this?
Is that Planar Cleansing?
That would be 3 copies of Planar Cleansing.
And what aren't there copies of in this list, Dan?
Detention Sphere and Vanishing Light.
This guy's a genius. I'm a prophet.
He's thumbing
Prophet
himself.
of the people.
Who's got 2 thumbs and is a genius?
Jesus.
It's supposed to be this guy.
Also this guy.
This guy. Wow. Does he even have any... No, nothing even in the sideboard. So why do you feel like that card should be cut?
Because it's just terrible right now. Everybody's playing Decide main deck and Abrupt Decays and stuff. Like, enchantments aren't safe. With this card, if your opponent's playing them against you, like, say your opponent Detention Spears your Elspeth, you get to Planar Cleansing, blow up their board, and get your Elspeth back.
And
It's
then
so
bust her right
nuts.
away.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. That is very cool.
So thank you, Jim Davis, for making me look good.
Yep. Thank you, Jim Davis. Round of applause for Jim Davis. And a round for Braden Putney. Nothing else really interesting. I mean, aside from those changes, there's no big surprises in this list.
Yep.
On to Legacy. This was the Providence one. This was the local tournament. Did you swing by there at all?
Yeah, I watched it. I was
you
there,
were
yeah,
at the
yeah.
event?
I didn't watch Legacy. I watched the Star City because
The standard.
Braden was doing so good.
Yeah.
We were there just getting every card in Modern.
Yeah.
We actually ended up getting every deck in Modern at the event. Me and Lima.
Really?
Yeah, we have like every deck in the format now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So now Jim can play at Star City.
Oh, that's cool.
So we have like decks for days.
Yeah, I've been also proxying up a few of them. And, yeah, I proxied up Malirapod,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing it against Joan, and I'm like, how does this deck lose?
Loses this Tarmo Twin really easily.
Does it?
Yeah.
It felt so powerful.
It may just be that I don't play against people who are like play Pod at a 10, and that might be it. But when I play against Pod, I don't feel like I can ever lose.
Huh.
Because you can tap Pod on upkeep. Like, you can just, like... Also, everyone who plays Tarmo Twin boards out Remands against Pod, which is,
Yeah.
like, the stupidest thing you can ever do. Remand is so good against them, even on the draw. But, that's not for today's episode.
It's not enough for
Anyway.
right now. Anyway, so on to the Legacy results. Dave Shields took first place with Death and Taxes, which makes me happy. It's so cool to see that
I think
deck.
Dave Shields is a very great Magic player.
I'm sure he is, yeah. Oh, is he local?
He is local.
He is local. That's cool.
Yeah. He's part of like the Matt Costa crew.
We should get him on the show.
No.
No?
No.
No.
It's too good for us.
No, he's not. I'm going to reach out to Dave Shields.
Alright.
Death and Taxes, rest of the decks. This is weird the way this is. Second, eight. Why is it doing
They
this?
screwed that up really badly.
Yeah.
Ross Merriam almost went back to back, which is insane.
Yeah, with the combo elves, yeah. So, Death and Taxes was first place, then Jund, then combo elves, Rug Delver, another combo elves, Rug Delver. This is wrong. Yeah, this is way wrong because Feline Longmore was in top 8. She played off against
she was actually
Ross Merriam.
selling cards next to me at Star City.
Yeah.
I just remember her being like, all I play is High Tide, LOL, to like one of the vendors.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. She's like, LOL. And then she top 8s the next day. I was like, hey, I remember her.
Yeah. Interesting name, Feline Longmore.
I guess.
She is one of the better Tide players I've seen. I've watched her play.
I didn't actually get to see her play.
She's really fast. She knows the deck.
Yeah, that's usually how it is with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is breaking news.
It's sinning.
Store owner Grant Garvin has just walked up and handed Michael McKenna a pack foil God Hunter octopus.
Did you have to pay like $30 to someone for this?
No, but it was the weirdest purchase I've ever had in the collection. Literally going through a guy's binder, pulling out nothing, and then going, wait.
You've got a foil God Hunter octopus.
I'll give you a nickel for it.
It was a shiny coin.
Yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael McKenna is actually weeping at this moment.
It's
there are
very
tears
beautiful.
running down his face.
This goes well with my 147 non-foil God Hunter octopuses that I now own.
Octopi?
No, octopuses.
I like octopi better.
I'll match that, a drop for drop. Stupidest card in the world.
So why are you collecting them?
Because it's hilariously dumb. The art, everything. It's just like grabbing people.
It is a hilariously
It
dumb
doesn't make
card.
any sense. If you're a god, why do you care?
That an octopus
Hey,
is
there,
hunting you?
there it is. It's getting closer slowly.
Yeah. And if you're not the god of the
It's
sea,
trying to come on dry land.
yeah, how is it even doing anything to you if you're not the god of the sea?
It died. Alright.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm a sun god.
It latched onto my leg.
roasted.
It doesn't bother me.
Wow. Anyway, so let's figure
This is
out.
a sweet foil.
It is a pretty card.
I'm gonna put it up on eBay. Near mint God Hunter Octopus, graded 9.5 out of 10.
Alright, so I'm going to go back and forth here, and I'm going to see if we can figure out.
There you go.
So, let's see. So, we got
I just scanned it.
Gino Bausta.
Batista.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, what help if I'm looking at the legacy? So, Dave Shields and Ross Merriam. So, it was Elves versus Death and Taxes in the finals. And we had Jason Ellis and Jerry Mee. Jerry Mee was playing Bug Delver. Jason Ellis was Rug Delver.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robert Sullivan, Jason Bodicher, Feline Longmore, and Chris Van Meter. CBM.
Sarah Betcher.
So CBM was Sneak and Show.
He top 8'd?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Top 8'd. Yeah, it's right up here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, right there.
Oh, I did. Cool.
Yep. Feline Longmore was High Tide.
So Shields, Betcher, Merriam, CBM. That wasn't a bad top 8.
Jared Bodicher.
Betcher.
Is four-colored Delver. Betcher. Sorry.
Bodicher.
And
Botticelli.
And Robert Sullivan.
I don't know who that is.
There's got to be a Sullivan in here somewhere. Well, they got these names way down. This is so messed up. Death and Taxes.
Oh, Alex Mag got 9th. That's a shame. One of the Mag brothers?
Maybe. He might have been higher than that, because this list is all... There are people here in this top 8 that were not in the top 8.
Didn't top 8, so...
Yeah, but I'm not sure where he finished. Because there's the
Hey,
top
AJ
8.
Kerrigan. I still have a name.
Oh, yeah,
Playing
AJ.
Ant.
He was playing
Yeah.
Ad Nauseam Tendrils, yep.
I mean...
Oh, is he local, too?
who I mean?
No, AJ Kerrigan.
Do you know who I mean is? From
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He's I see him a lot at Die Hard.
Yeah. He got second at Star City too.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Local
definitely. He's a judge too.
Yep.
Well, probably just an L1, right? I've seen him judging at some of the Star City events.
Yeah,
too.
he was judging the last GP I went to too.
Yep. Sweet. So that is tournament results. No GP and the TCG players don't generally post lists. Is there anything else in Magic news today? I don't think so. The only thing is conspiracy, I guess. And you drafted a bunch of conspiracy. I did a little bit.
Like 8 times, I think. 8 or 9 times. It was good. I was surprised.
I guess the very first pack that I opened, I'm staring at a Misdirection and a Swords to Plowshares. And I'm just staring at these two cards going, oh my god, I get to draft these cards.
Feels great, doesn't it?
Oh, it was amazing.
I haven't had any less than 3 compulsive researches in any draft I've done. Like, I can't not draft compulsive research. It's so good.
I mean, it's just straight a blast of fun.
Here was my deck on Sunday night. 3 Respites, which is... Respite, whatever it is. I don't know. Respiratory. The Fog, that gains you a life for each attacking creature. So I had 3 of those, 2 Ill-Gotten Gains, and a Pernicious Deed. And that was my deck. I had 1 creature in my deck that could attack. It was the 6-mana 4/4 flyer, and I won.
That's awesome.
Just kidding.
That's awesome.
Like, and I didn't have any green mana in my deck either. I was playing Unexpected Potentials, 1 for Respite and 1 for Pernicious Deed in my Esper control deck. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
My 1 mana compulsive researches.
That's awesome.
Well, that's
did
awesome.
Did you play any conspiracies?
Yeah, the Unexpected Potential.
Any others besides that one? So the Unexpected Potentials, you name the card and you can cast it any
for
mana.
any colored mana. And the other one I played was, it made Compulsive Research 1 to cast. I don't remember what it did, but I had 2 of them. It's probably just 1 less. Yeah.
That's sweet. It's a really well done set.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It has...
It's very dirtily.
It is dirtily. It's you get to play with some really sick cards. Just fun cards. And
Factor Fiction.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And it has just enough humor in it to make it fun. You know what I mean? It's not as extreme as an unset. It's not like a full-on comedy.
Nope.
But it does have an edge of humor to it, like the draft bots and the conspiracies and stuff like that. It was a really well done set. I guess that was it for Magic News. Going Deep. I wanted to do a little bit on Going Deep. I was just thinking about this. I wanted to talk a little bit about deck archetypes.
Okay.
Really quick, unpack it a little bit, and like some specific things. So there's pretty much every deck in Magic fits into a larger, overarching type that covers the different deck. And basically, I think they're aggro, control, combo, tempo, and mid-range. And I can't think of any others besides that.
No, a lot of them are just like a mix of, there's a
lot of blending.
Combo control, aggro control, stuff like that.
And so, first of all, let's talk a little bit. What's a tempo deck?
Like stick a threat, protect it, beat your opponent the turn before they would beat you. That's a lot of time how I play tempo.
Delaying of what your opponent is trying to do.
Early threats and disruption. That's what tempo is.
Right. So, like Bug Delver would be a tempo deck.
Rug Delver is the perfect tempo deck. You have cards like Daze, so you want to get ahead on board with the Delver Secrets. You want to stifle their lands, their development, wasteland their lands, counter their spells, and just get there on the back of a Delver, a Goyf, or a Nimble Mongoose.
Right. And you said like Tarmo Twin is a tempo kind of deck. I play it like a tempo deck.
Yeah. It's not really a combo deck, but yeah, Tempo Twin's very similar, where you stick a Tarmogoyf, or you just keep tapping them out with Pester Mites and chip away at them until they explode to snap, bolt, snap, or whatever. Bolt, snap, bolt.
One of the things I really like about Tarmo Twin is it doesn't... The same thing for Melirapod. It doesn't,
what I like about it.
Doesn't need its combo to win.
No.
Yeah.
I've Serum Visions and Vendilion Collect a lot of my own Splinter Twins away.
Yeah.
Most games it doesn't matter.
That's what I felt about Melirapod too when I was playing it. It's like a mid-rangey creature deck, but it does it, but with a combo win built into it. It is not a combo deck.
I caught Splinter Twins when I played a Die Hard for one of the Monday night FNMs.
Yeah.
Went undefeated. Nobody knew.
And they probably spent the whole night playing around a card
because they knew I was on the deck. So
yeah. And the other deck I wanted to talk about, at least at first right away is mid-range deck. So what's a mid-range deck?
A deck I'll never play.
Besides,
It's
like Jund is a mid-range deck.
Jund is a very mid-range deck.
Yeah.
The Rock,
The Rock, Junk.
Junk. All those decks are mid-range decks. It's just
So your
powerful cards at every point of the curve. It's like removal,
hand disruption,
yeah,
creature removal, and then incremental advantage with things like, Bob getting you card advantage, Bitter Blossom sometimes getting you creature advantage without expending further resources, Lingering Souls.
You're just going a little bit bigger. That's what mid-range is.
Yeah.
Like, the perfect example of a mid-range card is Master of the Fells. 4 mana, does stuff, gains you a little life back against aggro.
Puts two bodies
into play.
Off of one card. So there's
Rag
a little
Tusk is a
advantage.
mid-range card.
Gaining you life, putting two bodies into play when it dies. Yeah.
A lot of Planeswalkers fit into mid-range strategies.
See, because, I mean, that was a thought, like, I kind of had. It's like, if you think of the terms like tempo and mid-range, you almost... It's a little confusing because they're both trying to win, I think, at the same point in the game. They're both slowing your opponent down and stretching the game out and then just chipping away at you. But they're coming at it from different angles.
Tempo doesn't win as fast as, say, like an aggro deck. But tempo decks don't have to. That's the difference.
Right.
A lot of times aggro decks run out of steam.
Right, so we can push on over to aggro. Aggro is just beat your opponent down as quickly as possible using efficient creatures and efficient burn spells typically.
A lot of them play to a point in the game. Aggro wants to control the first part of the game. Mid-range wants to control the middle part of the game, and control wants to win. Well, they want to win, not control.
Right.
So aggro wins in the early game, mid-range wins in the mid-game, and control tries to make it to the long game. And then at that point, its spells are just more powerful, and they have more advantages.
And most frequently with aggro decks, if they don't win in the early game, they don't win.
Generally.
Yeah.
But unless it's like mono red, they have reach. They can just burn you out.
Yeah. They can push through those last couple points of damage. But it can be
aggro,
tough.
like in the last couple of years, has become way less, I don't know, crappy late game. Like, a lot of the deck design and like the tools available, like Wizards has given people tools. Aggro's not as like linear and bad as it used to be.
Yeah. You know, would you consider like blouses or like
I consider blouses mid-range. It's like mid-range combo.
Yeah.
The deck design very fast.
Stompy. Would you consider Stompy an aggro deck?
Yeah, Stompy was really fast, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just
like
play,
turn 2 or turn 3.
Yeah.
Just dumping. Basically, you would get a creature that was unblockable or hard to deal with or something like that. That usually had hexproof.
Yep.
And then you would like pump them and berserk and to double as, and you do it all like on 2. I saw Grant do like 32 points of damage on turn 3 with trample or flying or just can't be blocked by flyers or something like that.
More recently, Infect, people might know.
Infect is a stompy deck, yeah,
It is.
but it kills with poison instead of.
Basically
It has
the
a
same
combo-y edge to it, I think.
Yeah.
Or it's highly synergistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the cards really are pulling all in the same direction and work well together.
The premier aggro deck, at least in people's minds, is White Weenie. That's like the perfect example of what an aggro deck is. Cheap guys, light disruption, and anthem effects. That's like White Weenie. That's what it's going to do. It's been doing the same thing for 20 years.
Yeah.
Control, people think of, I guess, Esper now as
typically
Planeswalkers, removal
blue-white.
spells, Sphinx's Revelation.
So with a control deck, you're basically just looking to shut down everything your opponent is doing to get to the late game, and then you're just out
Pull
card
ahead with
advantage
card
them.
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, and just all of your cards just being more powerful than everything they have. So yeah, I mean, like Esper, I think blue-white are the traditional colors of control.
Yes.
And counter spells are the hallmark piece of a control deck.
Yep.
Which just is preventing, and I would say, like, for much of my early Magic career, I was always irritated by things like counterspell, but as I've kind of grown and gotten to be a better player, I understand that counterspells are necessary for the game.
I didn't play counterspells for a long time. So I started playing, like, I remember when I got Force of Wills, I started playing those. I had, like, mana drains back in the day. I guess Control Slave was the first real control deck I ever played.
Yeah.
Nick Lima, welcome.
Hi, Nick Lima. We're doing a podcast.
I still have a summer cold.
For a little while. He still has a summer cold. We're talking about deck archetypes. What kind of archetype do you like, Nick Lima? What's your favorite deck? You know, like aggro, control, combo, tempo.
He's played everything, basically.
He does, yeah. Constantly plays everything. Like, if there's anybody that knows how to audible, it's Nick Lima. Like, he'll practice with a deck for 3 weeks straight, and then the morning of the GP, change up to something different.
That's even more ridiculous. I practiced the same deck for like 6 months straight and changed the night before.
Or go to the GP and buy an event deck on the spot and start playing it.
I remember, what was it? Ravnica, original Ravnica, but it was Dragonstorm combo.
Yeah.
I played it for like 6 months straight. Night before regionals, I audible
Glare
to,
of Subdual.
Yep, green white Glare of Subdual, which had one bad matchup. I was like 6-0, and then lost 3 straight.
Solar Flare.
No, actually at the time it was American Control.
Oh, okay.
And I lost to it and I played it 3 rounds in a row, and lost to it 3 rounds in a row.
That's
wah,
awesome.
wah, wah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about... Anyway, I just wanted to unpack that a little bit, chat a little bit about it, since we don't have a ton of time.
Combos count to 10.
And that's the one I guess we haven't talked about is combo, where you just got a bunch of pieces and you're just trying to get them all assembled and then make something crazy happen. Combo decks are the unfair decks of Magic.
Yeah.
That are just doing dumb, broken, ridiculous things. Like I was testing Modern with Joan, and I proxied up a bunch of decks, and I played Storm, Modern Storm. It's the first time she'd ever seen that kind of deck, and
great for new players.
oh, she hated it.
Fantastic.
She hated it with a passion. She's like, oh my god, this is one of the most boring things I've ever done. And,
0 interactions.
I felt like saying, you should see the high tide deck I used to play.
Yeah.
And a lot of combo decks are like this. You just do nothing for... Okay, in Modern, you do nothing for 3 or 4 turns and you combo up and win.
Yep.
And hopefully you can fight through disruption. In Legacy, you may not even get past turn 1. You're going to just combo up and win sometimes on your opening hand.
Doesn't happen often.
No, but it certainly can.
It does happen, yeah.
Dredge combo deck.
Belcher. Belcher does win.
Belcher,
Yeah.
Belcher is turn 1.
Win turn 1 or lose with Belcher.
Yeah.
A lot of times. It doesn't survive much beyond that, and you can't win through counter spells.
1 Force Will, it's all it takes.
Yep, and
Yeah.
you just beat out Belcher.
The problem is, in Legacy specifically, that all of the combo decks are now 1-card combos instead of multiple combos. Ad nauseum's not that great right now. Now you're just playing 1-card combos, you're just playing show and tell. Like there's no it's just cast show and tell, cast natural order. That's it. There's no combo in it, but it's considered a combo.
I don't think Show and Tell's really a combo. It's certainly an unfair deck. It
Combos
doesn't feel like a
plans.
combo deck, because all it is you're putting something big into play with Show and Tell.
All you're doing is looking at your opening hand and deciding if you won or not.
Alright, can I turn 1, Crystal Brand, or turn 1,
Emrakul.
Emrakul?
Or
No.
turn 1
Okay,
a sneak attack.
Mold 6.
Not to say that Sneak and Joe is the easiest deck in Legacy, but it is the easiest deck in Legacy and takes like 0 thought. There's like little intricacies, but like the people who explain like why they're good with the deck, it's just like you do realize everyone's good with this deck, right?
Yeah, I think it takes more thought than Cheerios or Belcher does, I think.
I don't think it does. I think it takes a lot less.
Really?
Yeah.
Belcher's just mulligan until you've got the right cards. And
Belcher, you can screw up.
Yeah.
You're not afforded that
true.
luxury with Sneak and Show. You can't like forget that you have an Emrakul in your hand.
That's true.
Just
I've got to
whoops.
say.
Whoopsie doodle.
Whoops, I
Yeah.
won. Yeah. Degenerate.
The basic intricacies of Legacy apply to every deck, so they apply to Sneak and Show. But the actual like combo, the games itself, they don't matter.
Yeah.
Like
And it's decks like these is why counterspells are necessary in Magic.
absolutely.
To keep decks, because people... We
And
were
that's
talking
why
about
Sneak
this
and
on the
Show
other
is very good,
podcast. I was
because it gets
listening
to play
to...
counterspells.
Yeah, I was listening to another show where they were, I think I mentioned this, where they were talking about people should ban like Force of Will, or people talked about banning Force of Will. in
Stupidest
Legacy, and I
people in
was
the
like,
world. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, because I mean, Force of Will, it's absolutely 100% necessary to keep that format.
And
in
the
check.
weakest it's ever been,
Yeah,
like by a lot.
it is the the lead control rod in the nuclear pile that is Legacy that would go critical if you pulled it out.
It's funny how Wizards accidentally made this amazing format. Like, all these pieces just, over the course of time, fell together. Like, imagine if they never printed Forcible. Legacy wouldn't exist. Nobody would care. The format would be terrible.
They would have had to print something, or there'd be a lot more things banned. Like, combo decks would have to be banned.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd
Like
have
in Modern.
you'd have to pull the teeth on every combo deck.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, print Days in Modern.
I would be completely happy with that. Do you think Days would break in Standards?
It need supporting cast. Like, if in Standard right now, it would be really bad. Standard
That's
so,
my
like...
point. I mean, like, think about a card like Deathrite Shaman. It's amazing in Modern, amazing in Legacy. But, kind of there.
Standard,
in
you're just going over the top. Like, every card is so much more powerful than the one you cast before it.
Yeah.
Like, the 4 is always better than the 3, the 5 is always better than the 4. That you can't really take a turn off losing a land to Daze something.
Yeah. I think Days would be fine in Standard.
Also, Tempo decks
I think it would be a
very
great
rarely
addition to
exist
Modern.
in Standard.
Right.
Yeah.
It needs the right form.
It needs Delver Secrets. It needs Geist the Same Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had printed Days while Snapcaster Mage was still in Standard.
Or even like going way back, you've got like Madness, Blue-Green Madness. That was like
that
a
was
really good tempo
awesome.
deck in Standard.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, really good.
I had no idea how to play that deck when I first started playing it. I used to just be like, Wild Mongol, discard all my basking walls. Just like instantly, and it was always wrong, but I didn't care. It was value.
I remember trading someone for like the entirety of that deck for like vintage cards. Like they needed like a Mind Over Matter and like a Grim Mala. I was like, yeah, just trade me the entire deck. They went, okay.
That's awesome.
That
All
deck was
right,
great.
we're running short on time, so we're going to move on to our random card of the week. You
Most
ready?
important part of the show, yep.
Tick, 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 tick.
Brr.
I hate you. Lewis gave me a good thing. You won't give me a good thing. Dirt Cowl Worm. This is a rare originally from Tempest. It's 4 and a green. For a creature worm, whenever an opponent plays a land, you put a +1/+1 counter on Dirt Coil Worm, and it's a 3/4. So this would not actually trigger on fetch lands, because it says specifically plays a land, not when a land enters the
That
battle.
is true. This is also, as I may be wrong, but I believe the first pre-release card ever.
Really? It does have a pre-release emblem on it. So it came out as a pre-release. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I will have to research that.
I didn't even know they did pre-releases in Tempest.
Yeah, they did.
The first one was Ice Age, right?
Yes.
Ice Age was the very first pre-release.
Very first pre-release.
There was
Grant
not-
was telling us about that.
Yeah, it wasn't-
$120 Jester's caps.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't regional. There was just one single pre-release, and that was Ice Age.
Huh.
So this looks like actually a decent card.
For the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was worth money at the time. People loved cards like this.
Well, 3 or 4 for 5 with no downside back then. That was good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a drawback. That automatically makes it a good creature.
They printed
back
this
then.
at Rare and Rolling Earthquake at Common. That was a balanced format.
I suppose if you could
Not
ramp
Rolling
into this
Earthquake.
guy, he
What is it called?
could get big. I don't know.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder, thank you.
Yeah.
That card was so stupid.
He does have a 3.672 community rating. Not super exciting, but I can see him being okay in the right format. in the right
Captivated
time.
me when I was like 12. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Well, all the green monsters were.
It's true.
Who didn't love the fatties, as the quote goes back then? Grant, what are your thoughts on Dirt Cowl Worm?
Was this the first pre-release card? I thought it was.
That was the first pre-release card.
Yep.
I don't remember it even getting a lot of play back then. I mean, didn't it? I think it got some play in Standard, but outside of Standard, it didn't even stay in many constructed decks for very long.
No, I can't imagine it would.
Doesn't seem good against Mono Red and like Curse Scroll. I know
Which
that
was
deck
the
was
thing.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it saw play in like a weird Armageddon build, but that was about it.
Alright. Just out of curiosity, I want to look this up.
I remember going to the pre-release where that was the pre-release card, and nobody at the pre-release really even knew we were getting a free card. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Free cards? Yeah.
free cats.
They were selling for a lot at the time too. They were like $25.
$10. Wow.
It's $10 for the pre-release one, the promotional one. And of course, like, oh, it's whiteboard is still $1.
Battle
I'm a little
Royale.
surprised. The Battle Royale box set. Oh, Battle Royale box set. And there's a promo color error rarity misprint that's worth like $40.
AKA Star City has no idea what miscuts are.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I would never spend that kind of money.
Some of their like pricing on like oddities is hilarious.
Yeah.
We got a crimped common from Gate Crash for $746. Who's gonna buy it? Could be you. Could be you.
Couldn't be me.
We bought it from some kid who found it in a shoebox.
Yeah.
You got any eye on anything for wild speculation?
Gun Runner Octopus foils?
Besides the God Hunter Octopus foil?
No, I don't think there's anything else. That's just it. That's the end all be all.
That is the end.
As I collect all of them, there's less in the circulation.
That is
There's less
a good
people
point.
having them.
That is
So
a
they're
good point.
bound to go up.
After rotation, you think the format's going to reflect like the Theros block constructed decks?
No, they'll probably change it up.
You think it's
But
gonna
I
change,
still
you
think,
Cons of Tropier is going to change things up that much?
Yeah. Elspeth still can't miss. That card is insane.
Yeah.
Courser Crewfix is probably going to be amazing. And if it is based on wedges, Sylvan Carried is just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
Because it's 3-color fixing.
What do you think about the prognostic Sphinx? Do you think it's actually going to...
No.
You don't think you can see constructive play? It
I don't think
dodges
so.
Elspeth? I mean, it performed really well in the block constructed.
Well, in block, your target is Elspeth. In standard, there's like so much more.
That's true.
Like you can't afford to play Prognostic Sphinx in a format where you don't think there's going to be a lot of Elspeths. Like Elspeth might be like 15% of the meta in standard,
Good
but in
point.
block she's like 50%.
Yeah.
So it's a lot stronger.
That makes sense.
She's Prognostic Sphinx. She's an answer. She's not a threat a lot of the time. Like she can be both, but she
Yeah.
was a solution to a meta game, not like a powerful card that wins games by itself.
Right, because she dodged all the spot removal and she
Yep.
dodged Elspeth's destroyed all creatures thing.
Yeah,
And then she had or he, actually, because that's clearly Wilfred Brimley on that card.
fair enough. Diabetes. That's why the Sphinx has one leg.
Yeah.
It's got 1 foot.
Upcoming events. This is for the weekend of June 14th and 15th. The GP, this is the kickoff of Season 3, is going to Moscow.
And we'll be there, reporting
won't.
live.
No, we won't.
Mother Russia.
No, we won't. Moscow is not a place I would feel particularly comfortable going right now.
Great leader.
It is, well, yeah, you could say that. Depending on how you're defining great.
Great
I mean,
leader.
powerful and commanding,
Isn't that
yeah.
like Kim Jong's skill? Don't they call him great
No,
leader?
no. Oh, yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
his name, yeah.
Kim Jong's
No,
skill.
what's his name from Gorbachev? Why am I thinking Gorbachev?
Gorbachev.
Sorry, I'm a
Tear
generator.
down this wall. You tear down this wall.
Putin is no Kim Jong-il or Kim Jong-un, definitely. He
Kim
likes
Jong's
to take
skill.
his shirt off and ride on horses and stuff, so.
He has a video game made about him. Have you seen
Putin?
this? No, Kim Jong's
Kim
skill.
Jong's skill?
Yeah, it's so funny. Please look it up right now.
Okay, hold on. I'll look it up in a second.
No, you have to look it up right now.
I got to say the rest of the tournament stuff. Star City is going to be in Columbus, Ohio, the Invitational this weekend, along with the Standard and Legacy, so they'll be kicking off on Friday with
Jerry
events.
Thompson's going to win the Invitational.
And
He's not even qualified, but
there
he's still
are
hired because they love him.
2 TCG 5-player events.
I hope
in
Bertoncini wins.
Madison, Wisconsin.
He just has some
and
stupid grin on his face.
Orlando, Florida. So Kim
Holds up and explore.
Jong-un video games. Okay, Kim Jong-un video glorious leader.
Oh, it's Glorious Leader. That's what it was.
Starring Kim Jong-un.
Huh?
Oh, his father was Kim Jong's skill.
Yeah,
He's
father
Kim
was
Jong
Kim.
unbeatable.
Think
That's what
Super
it was.
Mario, but instead of the plumber, throw in North Korea's dictator, and rather than Koopa Troopas, you're fighting American capitalism.
This is a site. This is awesome.
Retro-style video game from Atlanta-based Money Horse. The company teased the game this week in a delightfully tongue-in-cheek trailer.
Glorious Leader.
Glorious leader.
He's riding a unicorn.
He's riding a unicorn, stabbing Americans with the unicorn.
Defending the streets of Pyongyang from American invaders. Money Horse Games made the satire element crystal clear in a post introducing the trailer, writing, "The Democratic People's Republic of Korea commands you to know that the capitalist pigs at Money Horse are developing glorious leader, an epic tale of the triumph of Kim Jong-un over the entire American army." Since his father's death, Kim has served as the leader of the so-called Hermit Nation, known for massive poverty levels, human rights violations, and vehement anti-Americanism. The CEO of Money Horse Games tells The Guardian his team is trying to, quote,
Look at times two there.
It's so good.
without being an apologist for the regime. He also says he's surprised.
He's writing a narwhal? That's
backlash
awesome.
The company has received. But given the game's controversial subject matter, don't expect that to hold.
Shoots his way through his American enemies. Great.
Oh, and one more twist. Kim Jong-un will be getting a little help in this virtual venture from his self-described friend for life, Dennis Rodman.
Best part of the
During
game.
the filming of a Vice documentary. Yes, the former NBA superstar makes a cameo in the Glorious
That's
Leader trailer
awesome.
with what looks like a machine gun slung over his shoulder. There's hoping for a
It's clearly an
multiplayer
AK.
option. Money Horse hasn't given a release date yet, but the game will eventually be available on PC and mobile devices. For Newsy, I'm Zach Jones.
Glorious leader.
That is awesome. That should have been our sponsor. The Glorious Leader video game.
Yeah.
You have to leave.
I have to go pick up Michaela.
We have other people coming, so I may record some more with Fitz. If I do, I'll slide in that. Like, did you listen to last week's episode?
I haven't yet.
Oh, it's so sweet. So we recorded the bit at your house, and then we recorded the bit with the Cube
I
group.
will be listening to it
So
tonight.
in between, there was like an intermission, and I put that "Let's all go to the lobby."
I take that back. I did listen to that episode.
You did?
I was trying to go back and listen to the ones I hadn't listened to. I listened to that one, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Thanks everyone for listening. You can leave us feedback. You can leave us feedback for the
John
show.
Carlo's MySpace page, Reaper
42. Yep. And it's live journal on MySpace. At magicchatpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/magicchatpodcast.
You can find the G spot at.
I am occasionally tweeting at MagicChatDan. Let us know what segments you like, what you don't, what topics you'd like to hear, and until next time,
Keep sending me money!
sending us money would be great, but until next time, keep up the conversation. So do we need to explain to them where the G-spot is? Because we can go into this if you want.
Do you know where the male G spot is?
I don't think males had a G-spot.
We do.
Where's our G? Everywhere?
Of mine.
Up the rectum.
Yeah.
We have a rectally located G-spot.
Only those
It
were
involves
homosexual.
massaging the prostate.
Yeah, I realize the prostate has.
So if you're not gay, you're not doing it right.
Necessarily.
Brought to you by who?
Why are there so many ostriches? I was
Hope you're
promised
ready.
only a
Comments
few
are disabled for this
ostriches.
video.
Look
That's
at
how
that. It's
bad
like
it
the
is.
first one that comes
That's
up.
how bad it is.
Wait, they're disabled?
Yeah, you cannot comment on the video because it's so bad.
Is it this
They
first
disabled
one? Oh,
comments.
Avril Lavigne, Hello Kitty.
Second one. There it is.
Why?
OMFG. She's like 37. She's married to the Nickelback singer.
Yes.
Ooh, they let people comment now.
Yeah.
It's been long enough, apparently.
Yeah. You can stop it at any time.
I'm not sure I can.
It just repeats the rest of the video. There's just a bunch of like little people following it.
And when was this made?
Like a month ago?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I predicted that this would hit number one on the charts.
And?
It did.
Yeah.
I think it like top 20.
Which charts?
Like
Pop charts.
best song ever made.
I've never heard this.
Do you listen to the radio?
Yes.
Oh. They were playing it at work for a while.
She's only.
What radio do you listen to
She's
at work?
29.
Oh, I thought she was way older than that. That's still sad.
Still.
Yeah.
She looks horrible in that picture you just had up, too.
Yeah, right? Compared to
Jesus.
this video. Is she on crack right now?
Yeah, she is. She's excited about
Hello Kitty and sushi and
This is a really up video. And those chicks are not as cool as the Sledgehammer chicks.
I don't know what
Not from Sledgehammer. What's his name?
Oh, you're thinking of what's his name?
Had the chicks in the background.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's the guy that did Sledgehammer, right?
Shit. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Peter Gabriel.
This has been a Green Bullet audio production.